Mr Daniel Graham, Mr Adam Carruthers, I pass the same sentence in respect of you. The sentence is, on count 1, 4 years and 3 months imprisonment. On count 2, 6 months imprisonment, but to be served concurrently with the sentence on count 1. Daniel Graham, you've been in prison since the 21st of December 2024. Adam Carruthers, you've been in prison since the 9th of May of 2025. The days that you've served will count towards your sentence. I've imposed a sentence of 4 years and 3 months imprisonment. You will be released no later than 40% of the way through the sentence, and the remainder of the sentence will be served on licence in the community. You must comply with all the conditions of your licence, failing which you will be at risk of recall to prison to serve the remainder of the term in custody. Thank you. I may go down. Mr Carruthers, your account that you had had so much to drink that you had no memory of what you did that night is not plausible. The tree felling demonstrated skill. It required deliberate and coordinated actions by you. As Mr Graham commented the next day, having seen a photograph of the stump, you didn't get a bad angle on the stump and the job seemed professional. This was not the work of someone whose actions were significantly impaired through drink. Nor, Mr Graham, do I accept that you just went along with your co-defendant. You filmed the whole event. You took photos of the stump and chainsaw in the boot of the Range Rover. The next day you appeared to revel in the coverage of your actions in the media. This is not the behaviour of someone who was shocked and horrified by something that had happened. You arrived there shortly before midnight. From the car park, you both walked for about 15 or 20 minutes to the tree, and you set about your task. Mr Carruthers, you marked the trunk with spray paint to assist in cutting out a wedge from the trunk to create a hinge. You felled the tree, a process which lasted no more than 2.5 to 3 minutes from start to finish. Mr Graham, you had taken up a viewing point a short distance from the tree and recorded the felling of the tree on your mobile phone. The jury was shown the enhanced footage from that phone created shortly after midnight. It showed the outline of Adam Carruthers using the chainsaw, pausing to lift the wedge out of the trunk, the further cutting, and then the tree crashing down over Hadrian's Wall. Having done what you set out to do, you both returned home, retracing your journey down from the car park at Steel Rig towards the military road at 58 minutes past midnight. You took with you the wedge of trunk which had been cut from the tree as a trophy.
That's a very good question. You revert back to old school policing techniques and you start at the scene and you essentially work outwards. And that was the situation, that I found myself in a unique situation where we had a very remote scene with very little in the way of CCTV, all the things that you would fall back of, to look at. That wasn't immediately available.
And so, what was the key to getting to the bottom of what happened?
Making sure that I was alive to everything that was coming in, making sure that every element that was possible to follow, we followed. So it's that golden hour principle. So as with any police investigation, sometimes we will rely upon information or intelligence being passed. It happened that some information was passed to police that identified Daniel Graham and Adam Carruthers as being responsible. And that is probably the question that I get asked the most. That is possibly the element of this entire case that is the most frustrating to everybody. And it potentially is the one question that will never be truly known. You're right. I'm lucky enough to have worked in quite a number of facets of policing. this case will always be very unique for a number of reasons. I think the fact that we are here today, nearly 2 years on, and the public and media interest is almost the same as it was on the day that it was found, makes it very unique. There's a lot of, there's a lot of feeling locally and globally that's become very apparent. Again, something that you don't see on anything else. So I do understand that I've been in a very fortunate position to be the OIC of the investigation. It is. And when that was first found, obviously it was a black screen with purely sound. That was still very, very significant and confirmed to me that the information that we had received was obviously good information. So it just affirmed that we were looking in the right direction. Yes, but you also have to prove that that is original and is of the tree. So as I say, when it was a black screen, it could have been the sound of any chainsaw, it could have been the sound of any tree falling. You've then got to do an awful lot of work to make sure that it isn't a shared video and that it is actually what you believe it to be. Yes, yeah, because as everybody has now seen, the outline of the tree is so recognisable. As soon as you see the video moving back and you can see the tree, then yes, it was confirmation for me that we were certainly in the looking in the right direction. Well, I do, and I will always be the officer in the case, the officer in charge for the Sycamore Gap investigation. Being, living in the local area, having conversations with people, yeah, it's sad, very sad, that generations to come won't see what we have all seen. It's something that will never be possible to recreate. So no, I am mindful to what this means to everybody.
And in that context, is it satisfying to know that justice has been done?
I'm very pleased that I've managed to do my job properly.
So today is the culmination of a plan we've been working on with our partners, particularly with the National Park and Historic England, to find the safest way possible to remove the tree from site, which is being sat precariously on the monument. So we've got machinery arriving as we speak to safely lift the tree off the wall and in a way that's safe for all the operators, but also importantly not do any more damage to the monument itself. You know, this whole area is a scheduled ancient monument. It's a World Heritage Site. We're in the National Park, so we need to be mindful of all those protections